We'll call the meeting to order. Adam, if you please call the roll.
Commissioner Collins,
Here.
Commissioner Martinez, not present. Commissioner Almeidas, here. Commissioner Miller. It's not, it's
Fred?
Fred. Just doing a quick roll call, Fred.
Fred?
Hey, Fred.
Are you here?
It's in his car.
Here, can you hear me?
Now we can, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Commissioner Collins. Commissioner Ryan, here. Commissioner Bongiorni, he said he was back. Okay.
Thank you. We do have a quorum, and the only thing on the agenda is to amend the existing order of conditions issued November 24, the notice of intent for work related to Neal Park. And the amendment is to fix the drain pipe. If you go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Mark Tusky. I'm from Park Corporation. Obviously here to request an amendment to the existing order of conditions and the park project, the redevelopment project, with the DEP file number 2940633. The proposed project is just to replace the existing drainage pipe from the southeast wetlands, or previously known as stormwater management pond, to the eastern embankment of what used to be plastic pond. As you
want me to pull up the schematic?
Sure.
I do that, right?
Sure.
Share my page 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll down to page 3 and you'll get to the plan. There you go.
Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can.
As the proposed schematic plan shows, the red lines and text for this schematic level of design, if you will, but will likely remain for the final design construction plan that we'll give to the contractor. But the proposed project involves replacing the existing 12-inch RCP that extends from the southeastern wetlands, which is located at the lower right-hand corner of the page, to an existing drain manhole, or actually I should say combined drain manhole CB, which is was leave covered during the initial phase and development of the topographic survey, and then an additional 260 feet from that structure to a discharge point, which was found during the early survey of, I believe, May of 2024. The proposed project has minor impacts, temporary impacts to BVW, both on the southeast wetlands and on the former plastic pond area. However, in the interest of preventing future erosion events, the replacement of this drainage pipe and the drainage pipe system is highly recommended and was sought after by the city of Springfield because of previously the design does include measures for overland flow from the pond. However, based on an event that occurred at late May, early June, the city was concerned about repeated erosion happening here. So the drainage pipe replacement is highly recommended, will restore the proper performance of this stormwater management system, if you will. Also included within the replacement of the drainage pipe will be a debris screen or debris rate at the inlet. And that should prevent large debris such as trees, not tree stumps, but larger branches and whatnot from being dragged into it and they clogging it up. So with that, that's what we're looking to do, and we hope to obtain a project amendment for this proposed project. The city has already requested the contract to provide a cost estimate for that, and it has been provided.
Questions?
Sure. Oh, sorry. Do you have questions?
I'd like to hear a little bit more about the the degraded southeastern area and the erosion, just so that I get a clearer picture of that.
The southeast
There
area,
was no pointer, so yeah.
I don't have the pointer, but
No, but go ahead.
so I do not know the history of the stormwater management pond or the southeastern wetlands. However, it likely had served in a purpose as a stormwater management pond because there was a easement from the city of Springfield, and I believe the highway department to route stormwater flow from Berkshire Ave neighborhood across the road into this area. And it leads one to believe, reasonably an engineer to lead them to believe, me to believe, that with a culvert and an outlet, that the drainage system used to function where it would simply flow out from that cement concrete head wall where there's a steel, like galvanized steel grate out to the embankment. However, this whole Neal Park currently was a private development. It was owned by Monsanto. So there was no record plans available to us for what the extent of the system was. So the contractor that's on site right now doing the redevelopment of Neal Park was requested by the city to provide a in-pipe video inspection to determine the extent of the system. And I believe there's 2 sheets that follow on to this. Down further, scroll down. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And based on, and this is from JL Corporation, Construction Corporation, they had retained specialized firm to video pipe inspect the pipe. They were not able to go really anywhere from the catch basin up to the head wall because of debris, as well as being full of water. They were able to go a certain distance, downgrading, if you will. And they also determined that there's 2 outlet pipes from that catch basin within the parking lot. And we both estimate that the original 12-inch pipe, which is shown in the lower, was retained, but must have either became full of debris or partially collapsed or became dislodged at some point in time. So then this 24-inch corrugated metal pipe was installed at a slightly higher elevation. So we're proposing to replace the drainage pipe to 12-inch from the head wall to the structure, and then a 12-inch from that structure to the current discharge location. So there will be no new point discharges. They will keep the old drainage structures in place that are deep. They'll remove some of the sections because there will be a little bit of alignment. However, the 12-inch pipe that's from the head wall to the structure will be completely taken out and replaced in kind.
And the 24 is gonna stay there?
Correct. A certain extent, it'll be capped off, and we're gonna the contractor will put in a new drainage structure where the CB is.
So was the erosion that caused our attention to it recent?
Yes, so again, the site is under construction, and there was some heavy precipitation that occurred quite extensive precipitation that occurred in June, actually late May. And that resulted in both the contractor, actually everyone having concern about future erosion events for the overland flow condition. Even though the full build constructed condition would assume, fully vegetated, articulated block on the downstream embankment. But there was this concern that it would take too long to stabilize the site. And so the city requested the quote from the contractor. It was investigated by the contractor, and this is highly recommended to do this.
A series and B series. A series is the head wall to, CD. Is that,
Actually, it's the A series of flag wetlands. The A series was at the outlet end,
okay,
and the B series is on the southeast wetlands.
A series. Head wall. Okay.
Can we get comments from DEP when we do an amendment of this size? Or not?
No.
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 Any other questions? Kevin and Kevin. Adam? And you've looked at it, right?
Yeah, I looked at it when, after the washout, so, I mean, I think at this point, the only thing to do and the best thing to do is to replace that pipe. Issues, on those years ago, from beaver issues, clogging up, and I just think now, with it being so, because it's so corroded, especially that 24-inch main is so corroded there. I don't think there's really anything that can be done to change the washouts from happening, because that last washout was pretty significant, so. And my fear too is if the pipe is not replaced, the flooding will continue over, so. The flooding will continue over the new parking lot, which will be, yeah, right here. And then, yeah, right here. So without it being properly fixed, that big part, especially parking lot, it's gonna be damaged. Water rushing over something. Yeah.
What pipe are you using? Another corrugated,
Corrugated plastic pipe, smooth interior, smooth walled interior.
smooth weld material? Not loud. The old stuff didn't have that smooth weld material.
So.
Yeah, corrugated metal pipe is great for arched culverts, but very wide diameter type situations, not good for situations like this, because stumps or even tree branches will get stuck in them at the corrugated parts.
Okay, there's no other, was this actually a public hearing?
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
Then a motion to close the public hearing is in.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing for Neil Park project. Excuse me.
1 second.
Thank you, Frank.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes,
Commissioner Alvenus,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
yes,
and Commissioner Ryan.
Yes.
we could also take a motion to accept it
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
because it is properly before the committee, so. A motion to accept the amendment would also be.
I'll make a motion to accept the amendment.
Certainly second.
Thank you.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes,
Commissioner Alvenus,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
yes.
and Commissioner Ryan.
Yes.
excellent.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Nothing else on the agenda? Then
Thanks, Tim.
motion to adjourn.
Thank you.